First recommended to Collins SPA, we'd reached a bit of an impasse with our bank. We had a very capital intensive business and we needed to, I suppose, raise some more capital to improve our fleet, and the bank weren't too keen on taking my word for what we were telling them, so they recommended we come to Collins SPA to get some professional advice and help to make sure we're on the right track.
So it was the need to upgrade your fleet that sort of prompted those discussions with the bank.
And well, that and other cash flow issues we were having.
Yeah.
So it was a very capital intensive business, and we just seemed to be always going cap in hand to the bank to extend our overdraft a little bit, or to borrow to do something else, and everything we were doing was on borrowed money. And there came a point where the bank said, well, we're not too keen to keep lending you all this money. We need reassurance that what you're doing is right. Your coaching, most of all, Rob, you got inside the business. You learned how the business worked, and I don't doubt you put a lot of time in behind the scenes learning the contract system we were living in, and you became a coach, a mentor, a confidant, and I think that was, and you gave us and the business as a whole, with your other advisors in there, you gave us the confidence that we were on the right track, and then we were able to validate that with you to the bank, which enabled us to progress through to the next contract round, which, as we know, was a lot more lucrative than the previous contract round we'd had. But I'm not sure we would have made it to the next contract round without you guys there supporting us and standing with us when we went to the bank. I'm now a retired, happy, self-funded retiree. We with your help and guidance and I suppose validation, we were able to build the business to a point where it became attractive for a multinational company to come along and make us an offer to purchase it. So we've gone from losing sleep at night and worrying about if there was enough money in the bank to pay the wages the next day to I suppose not living on easy street. That's a glib term, but we will live comfortably now for the rest of our lives, and we'll choose whether or not we work anymore. We're still fairly young, myself and Erica, and but you've given us the ability to choose what we want to do for the remainder of our lives, and it's an incredible gift.
And it'd be a nice feeling at this point. You've done well. Is. Yeah.
The same advice I should have given myself 10 years ago, and don't think you know everything. Pay good money to get good advice. And I think, if anything, that is probably the weakest aspect of our lives in business. We were in business for over 23 years, and I thought I knew everything I needed to know to run a business, and I probably did a reasonable job of it. But till we got involved with Collins SPA, that took us, our abilities to do things to a whole new level, not just with banks, but it gave us the confidence with other contracting arrangements we made with non-government, and it just it really opened up the world to us. Well, I'm most proud that I've achieved my life's goal. I always wanted to own and run my own businesses. I never thought I'd get super wealthy doing it, but I thought I'd do a bit better than salary and wages. And the last couple of years, especially working with Collins SPA, what's it been, about 5 years?
It must be.
You've been able to show us how to get a really nice, comfortable living out of our businesses, as well as now having sold the business. We now have a comfortable nest egg. We've been able to help our kids, and so I'm most proud now that we've left a legacy for our kids, where they've had a leg up in life now, as well as I suppose achieving my end game to retire at a reasonably young age and sit back and now smell the roses.
Yeah, well done.
I think looking back, the only thing I would have done differently is come to Collins SBA a lot sooner.
Right.
A lot earlier.
Okay, interesting.
You know, we had a great accountant, and you know, I have nothing but respect for the firm we were with, but you know, we went there once a year, did our taxes, and that was it.
Yeah.
You know, there was no business coaching, there was no mentoring, there was it was pretty much rubber stamping stuff. Whereas Collins SBA delved right into the business. Yourself, Rob, Nathan, you came up with more tax-effective tax structures or business structures. So yeah, if anything, in hindsight, the only thing I'd do differently is I would have come to you guys a lot sooner.
Yeah, fascinating. It's really interesting, because I was wondering whether you would, you know, bought less buses or
no, I think
acquisitions, but that all worked out well in the end.
That was always going to happen.
Yeah.
About every September, I'd get the itch. I'd have to go and buy a bus or two. Sometimes more often.
Yes.
And you know, that's how we grew the business. You know, up until the time we joined you guys back in 2017, I think it was. We did it on a wing and a prayer, and then once we joined you guys, there was more science and methodology about the way we went about it.
True.
As I say, validation, not only to the banks, but to myself personally, that we were on the right track, and more importantly, the Minister for Finance, my wife, had to co-sign every finance document we ever had.
True.
So it provided a little tension reliever within our own household as well.